Hello, this is Tony and Michael from Soul Group Insights, and we're doing questions and answers. And I have here a question from Joy Taylor.
Hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy. And your question is, we see and create in our mind's eye stuff, like our sanctuary, for instance. That's one seeing. Then we have our spiritual eyes with which we see things. But these are different things that we haven't made up. Why is it that I only see with my spiritual eyes when there's some sort of shock beforehand? For instance, many years ago, I found myself standing in our front room when my body was actually asleep in bed. We had a large fern plant that I brushed against, which woke me up. I seem to need some prompting or prodding to make me open my eyes. Is there something I can do to voluntarily do this and maybe be more proactive in spiritual service? Joy.
Thank you, Joy. Right, spiritual eyes. We have nothing other than spiritual eyes. It's just that we don't recognize for the most part what's actually happening. We are spiritual beings, so all our senses are spiritual. I know what you mean. You mean that you don't see into that greater world as often as you would like to. The key to this is discipline. The key to this is dedication. And the key to it is also not to expect it in a form that you want, but in a form that you need. Meditation is vitally important, some stillness every day, and to ask and go to the highest source to ask for inspiration, ask for divine inspiration, ask to be connected to the divine, and ask to be shown when there is something that you need to take notice of from a higher reality. We are constantly guided, but we don't look for that guidance. We are constantly encouraged. We are constantly shown the way forwards, but we don't look for those things because society presses in on us. The dictates of our lives press in on us. And we think, I haven't got time to connect spiritually. I'll meditate tomorrow. Why is nothing happening to me? You've got to put the time in. I sat with my spiritual teacher before I was in a position to sit with anyone else to bring through information spiritually for 7 full years. And I was working full time at the time. We used to sit every single Sunday afternoon. If we were lucky, we got a Christmas week off, and that was it. But you need that type of discipline. Even if you're not sitting for mediumship, if you're sitting for spiritual development, there has to be constant connection with your greater self. And through that connection with your greater self, connection to higher realities, higher vibrations, higher inspirations, to the divine. And so the short answer is, it takes time. And it demands of your time. And I've spoken to many people over the years, and you'll see that some, like yourself, are very dedicated to what they're doing in order to progress spiritually, and some aren't. As I've mentioned in one of the articles that I've written recently, a lady came up to me at a service, after a spiritualist service, and said, how long do you think it'll take me to develop? I said, well, I don't know. It took me 7 years. And she said, oh, I was thinking a week, because I've bought these tarot cards and I want to start making money with them. Now, what's wrong with that picture? That's entirely the wrong approach. It's not about money. It's about bringing light into the world, bringing light into your own life, bringing light into the lives of others, transforming this world, looking at it and saying, it's wanting, it needs something else. There's a missing link. And the missing link is to the divine. So you have to link to the divine on behalf of yourself regularly, and you have to link to the divine on behalf of everyone else. Because when you raise your own vibration, you also raise everyone else's vibration, even by the tiniest degree, but you're lifting up every soul, every life on this planet. And as I mentioned earlier, don't look for outcomes according to preconceived ideas as to what those outcomes will be, as to how you will see, as to how you will sense things spiritually.
Yeah.
Let it flow. And you'll find that when you're relaxed, something comes to you, or when you're walking down the street, something comes to you, or when you're sat on the bus with someone, you know what to say to them. All those are examples of your spiritual eyes being open. It's not so much opening the spiritual eyes, it's recognizing when they're open.
I think that's the big point, recognizing, isn't it? Because
Yes.
you probably get 1,000 examples a day,
Yes.
but you don't recognize it. You
Yes.
just get on with your life, or think that was lucky, or
Yes, you're a spiritual being. You're receiving
Yeah.
input from spiritual vibrations, from spiritual realities all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of being open to those vibrations, and through repetition and through discipline, coming to a point where you recognize them. And you say that you're outside your body, which is wonderful. It's wonderful that you have that experience. But on Monday, it might be important to you that you stand outside your body and recognize that experience. On Tuesday, it might be important that you say 2 sentences to someone and make them feel better. And that's as much a spiritual act as standing outside of your body.
Absolutely.
So you make your whole life a spiritual act, your whole life an opening of the spiritual eyes, your whole life a recognition of the greater power that flows through you.
And that recognition goes to those 2 words that you spoke to somebody.
Yes.
You recognize within yourself that
That's what you were meant
it's
to
a
do.
spiritual act.
Yes.
I have done it. Thank you.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you're spirit to spirit.
Yeah.
We are talking now together, and we're 2 spirits.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual act. Everything is spiritual, but we've forgotten that fact. So you open your own eyes by living as spiritually as you possibly can, and you open everyone else's eyes by doing that too.
And I think also this is where gratitude comes in, doesn't it? Because once you start acknowledging these spiritual acts for what they are, spiritual acts,
Yes.
then you can only go, gosh, thank you, that was amazing.
Yes.
You see it differently, don't you? It's just totally different.
Yes. And thank you, Divine Father. I'm not afraid of saying Father
No.
in these times.
No.
Thank you, Father, that what I need today, what everyone else needs through me today, is manifest in me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ahead of schedule, as you say, gratitude. Because you're acknowledging that
It is
connection
done.
is there.
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah.
You are open to receive it.
Yeah,
And
fantastic.
that's important.
Fantastic. Great question.
Yes.
And
Thank you,
again, I hope, Joy, I think the answer went wider than what you were asking. And I do hope that it's appealed to a lot of the people who are watching this, and that it was helpful to a lot of people. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Joy.